Good morning, folks. Hope y'all having a good one. Oh, about to get started on Hannah's Dollar General size walk-in closet and pantry, and then 2 more closets. So I went up there yesterday. I said, well, I can get 1 by 12 already trued up, plain, ready to go, and it shouldn't be too expensive. Wrong. So expensive. So I just come out here to my stack of 1 by 12s, rough cut. And I got them on the mill right here, so I'm going to straight line them on both sides. I've got 3/4 of an inch to mess with, to play with, to get them trued up on both sides, make sure they're straight. And I'm going to take them down to the house and run them through that planer, get them planed down on both sides, get them really looking good, and then we're going to start working on shelving. Oh yeah, got these yesterday. They don't give these away. Everything is super expensive. I got these yesterday. So I got 11 inches at the top right there, so I'm good. And then those dowels, they're expensive too, but 1.25 dowels to hang your clothes on. So we're gonna do shelving for boots and racks to hang clothes, full length, double, and plus all these 1 by 12s on top of everything, all the hanging racks. So you should have plenty of hanging space and plenty of shelf space. That's what we're working on. About to get started. High speed and low drag. Y'all hang in there. We're going to make this thing look like a... All right, folks, here we are. I know you can barely see Hannah back there because this room is so big. So, other than all of these drawers right here, these big deep drawers that she's got to store stuff in, we're fixing to put shelving in all the way around this thing, other than where the washer and dryer are. We're going to put it above that. Yep, she's got a vanity over there that I built for her.
And probably can't do that behind the door either, can you?
No, not gonna get it open all the way, so. But that's what we're about to work on now. We're trying to figure this out. We're playing it by ear and nail something up and go with it. That's it. Y'all hang in there. We're gonna make a closet out of this thing yet. All right, folks, got it roughed in right now. She's looking pretty good. We've got an 18-foot shelf here, all the way to the wall. Remember, the washer and dryer sits right here. So I'm gonna put a shelf up top right there. That way she can stack the laundry detergent. Got a 12-foot shelf right there. So that's 18, 12. And then on this side, we got another 24-foot. Those are both right at 12 foot long. And that's gonna be just simply for shoes and boots. And what we figured is about 4 pair per shelf. So I don't know how many she's got, but that ought to cover it. Should cover it. Got a little vanity that goes right here that I built for her years ago. She's a little bitty tadpole when I built it, but it should fit in here. You got a knee space under it, a makeup table, whatever. I don't know what you call it, but it's got drawers on both sides, and I built a frame and it's got a big mirror that sits right there too. So, and probably gonna put a mirror right there also. So that way you can look at yourself from every angle. But got this one roughed in, other than having this shelf right here and going over it with a piece of sandpaper and just making sure everything's slick, no splinters, stuff like that, and then putting the rods in. So, put the dowels in, and then this should be complete. And then I get started on the other 2 bedroom closets. I've got 2 to put in there. And then we get started on that pantry in there. Y'all hang in there. We're gonna make this thing look like a house, huh? Heck yeah. All right, folks, I know the acoustics in here isn't very good. So y'all just hang in there. I'll try not to talk so loud. I just listened to one of my videos and it's like I was screaming. Okay, this was originally gonna be just like 1 by 12s all the way across, just shelving for canned goods and stuff like that. No doors, just shelving. But walking in the back door, every day, parking your vehicle out there, walking in the back door, I thought maybe we should do something a little bit different in here. Yeah, he's cooling down, ain't he? It's hot outside. So a good friend of ours that we noodle with, he built that right there for Hannah, and for him to see this in her new house is gonna just light him on fire. I mean, he's gonna be tickled about that. So this is what I'm thinking about doing. I'm gonna build a base cabinet right there. I don't have cedar, but I'm gonna put a live edge top on it if I've got enough. Maybe, possibly. Put a live edge top, same thing over here, and then a wall cabinet with doors on everything. No drawers, just doors, because when you walk in, you're gonna walk over here, sit on the bench, take your boots off, open the door, throw them in there, and then be gone. Everything will be covered. It won't be, it won't be bad looking. So let's just see how this turns out. I'm playing it by ear. I don't have a plan, but I'm hoping it'll look better than just 1x12 shelving. All right, folks, this is the wall cabinets that's going on both sides of the window in there. And let me show you how I'm doing the frames, and the doors will be out of the same stuff. Went up there and found as much of the old lumber as we could find. There's not much of it, but there's possibly enough to do the frames for sure. And I'm hoping I can do the doors too. So what I'm doing, this is oak. This is the stuff I didn't want to use, but on this right here, it's all we've got left. So this is what I'm going to use for the frames and possibly the doors. It just depends. I mean, you got to see what I'm working with right here. I mean, we have gotten every piece of lumber off of that old house. This is what I'm working with. So you can only imagine. Whew, I mean, it's busted up, it's split, it's over 100 years old, so it's tough. But this is that oak or hickory, I don't know exactly what, but I was trying not to use that, but we're gonna have to use it. And hopefully I can piece enough of this. You can see, I mean, it's bad, but hopefully I can piece enough together to make the doors. And I wanna try to put this old metal, like a recessed panel, this being the recessed panel part right here, use this old rusty metal, and then just have the framework made out of that right there. Hopefully, if I can find enough. Y'all just hang in there. We're gonna see what'll happen. Look at that, folks. I think that's gonna look sharp as a tack. I think that I would just leave the cabinets natural. That's what I would do, the actual shelving and all natural. And this is not fastened down, it's just sitting here, but I think that the natural, with that old on the front and those doors and everything, I think I'd leave it natural. I wanted to put an extra style in here, but I don't have the material, so I'm just gonna have to go with 8 doors on everything, 2 per cabinet. And they're just gonna be a little bigger than I was wanting, but hey, it's a pantry, so you're opening it up, you can see everything in there on half of it anyway, so. 2 foot wide, it's not too bad. 2 foot wide doors. But the fits turned out really good, those pocket holes, especially with what I'm working with. They got different thicknesses, and I'm trying to match up, each member of the frame, so they're, pretty close to the same thickness. But these things are definitely, old school, circle sawn. You can see the saw marks in it right there, and they're just not very true. But hey, that's gonna be sharp. Y'all just hold on. I'm gonna get these other frames built, get these base cabinets built, and start working on those doors. Y'all hang in there. She's gonna look like something. All right, there's one of the doors right there, y'all. Look at that. It turned out pretty good. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So 3-inch style all the way around. Run it all through the table saw and cut a 1/2-inch groove, a 1/2-inch deep groove, just 1 blade thick because that metal's thin. And notch these right here with a side grinder, and then that way that would sit there. So it's a 1/2-inch notch. So the rest of the metal goes on down into the stile. And this just sits on the face of it right there. But I think they turned out really good. Hannah loves them. And then 45 them in the corner with pocket holes on all 4 corners. Glued. That way we won't have to worry about anything moving later on. And what I want to do with the noise is I want to take a bead of silicone and run right around that edge right there, and that'll take that rattle out of it. Got one of the wall cabinets done out here and started on the other one. Got a flood last night. Got all my shelving wet and it's starting to cup. Just made me sick, but I didn't realize it was going to rain, or knew it was going to maybe drizzle but not get a windy rain. But look at that wall cabinet. Isn't that pretty? Screwed those oak frames were so crooked I had to put them on there with 3-inch screws, which it being rustic like that, you know, y'all watched enough of my stuff. I like to see the screws, so I just put a little pilot hole in there, you know, run it on in there, pull those frames up tight. Had to plane some of this stuff down. That's why it's blowing like that, because it was so much difference in the thicknesses of the two. So what you see how it turned out, it looks good. Looks really, really good, especially for what I'm working with. I mean, that stuff is, well, y'all saw it. It was, you know, the good stuff was few and far between. That's gonna be the frames right there for the wall, base cabinets. And here's the rest of the doors. This is gonna be the doors for the base cabinets. Look at these things, though. Look at that. That's hard to beat right there, isn't it? Oh, that turned out so good. So good. A little time consuming, like I said, you know, finding the lumber to do it with, but worth it in the long run, because, oh yeah, and all of the frames on the doors are pine. The old, you know, the old yellow pine. And the frames for the cabinets are oak or hickory or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. I didn't want to scratch in there too much, but I think it's oak. I think that's what it is. Some of it may be hickory, but I think it turned out good. I like it. Something different. Just got to put a clear coat on leaving these natural, like that contrast right there between the two. And I'm gonna leave the cabinet natural and just put a clear coat over it. That's all we're gonna do. Just brush it on, because I got to get them out of this rain. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get them and get them back in the house. I'll get y'all another video as soon as I get the countertop. As soon as we get them installed and the countertops on, I'll start showing y'all some videos of that right there. I think they're gonna turn out really good. Hey, hope y'all have a great Sunday. Appreciate y'all.